the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here.
Honorable Samuel Nartey George, MP, is a third-term member of Ghana's parliament. He's also Ghana's Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations. He holds an MSc in International Strategy and a diplomacy from the London School of Economics, an MA in Conflict, Peace and Security from the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center, an LLB from the University of London, and a BSc in Agricultural Engineering from KNUST. He also holds professional certificates in multiple ICT disciplines. He has previously served as an assistant director in the head of civil service office in Ghana before being appointed communications specialist at the presidency of the Republic of Ghana. He has also served on the governing board of the National Information Technology Agency, NITA, and as a commissioner on the National Media Commission. Sam George is a member of the Security and Intelligence, Ethics and Standards and the Constitutional and Legal Affairs Committees in Ghana's National Parliament. He is the immediate past Secretary General of the African Parliamentary Network on Internet Governance.
I'm honored to represent President John Dramani Mahama at the Femitech 2026 themed Give to Gain. This theme reflects the core economic ideas of the intelligence age. In this new era, value increases as knowledge is shared, fueling our digital journey. To truly benefit from innovation, we must strategically orchestrate it, because as the saying goes, the more we give, the more we grow. Under President Mahama, Ghana is undergoing a digital reset. This is not just a small change, but a deep transformation. We're moving from digital use to creation, from joining to leading, and from reliance to independence. At the Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations, our mandate is pretty clear. Digital transformation must translate into real economic power, not just connectivity statistics, which the NCA would always give to us. And it's not just platforms and portals, but jobs that have been created, enterprises that have been scaled, like what the GEA does, and exports that have been expanded, and the young people who we have empowered. Those are the real statistics that matter to us. Technology must enhance productivity to positively impact citizens' lives, and Femitech 2026 represents power in motion. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, when we say give to gain, we make a key point about women in technology. And I listened to Etta talk about her journey from sociology to law and now finding herself in tech. I don't know, I think I'm going in the opposite direction. I mean, from engineering to tech, and then to law, and then to other things that I'm doing. I was just telling DG that when they did the profile, I think I have to update my profile, because just last month I completed another master's, an LLM from the University of Laws. I like to learn. Everybody must learn. You must keep learning, you know, so you don't have an excuse not to learn. I did my MSc at LSE whilst I was in Parliament. And now as minister, I finished an LLM. So tell me the reason why you are sitting there and you are not learning. We need to keep learning. But it's important that when we give women access to capital, they build resilient enterprises. And when women have access to digital tools, they boost productivity in families and communities. And when women have platforms to innovate, economies gain stability and growth. This is not inclusion for symbolism. This is inclusion for competitiveness. And I keep saying that I was introduced as a he for she, but I keep saying that for me, it's not necessarily about saying, let's give quotas to women. I believe that women can compete on their own competence. Women can compete on their own competence. My sister is an engineer, And one of the things I said to her when she chose to go into engineering was, I said, if you're following in my footsteps, I don't want people to give you an opportunity because of your gender. I want them to give you an opportunity because of your competence. And I'm happy to say that today she's proving her competence. She's a senior engineer with the biggest chip maker in the world, holding her own against male compatriots. And I believe in every field, be it in the military, in immigration, in police, in academia, women have the competence to deliver, not because of their gender, but because of what they bring to the table. And so I believe that we must stop the inclusivity conversation simply on the basis of gender, but respect women for what they bring to the table themselves. Through GIKs, we strengthen SME digitization, we build incubation and accelerate programs. We embed AI into enterprise processes and improve export readiness and thereafter by linking innovation to markets. This is how Ghana gains. And DG, I think that the two of you sitting next to each other, two director generals, I think that you need to begin to work closely with my sister Margot on the work she does with the Ghana Enterprise Agency, which deals largely, not just with women, but largely with women, to see how well we can offer them tech solutions from GIKs to embed into the startups and the support systems that they are given, so that it's not just financing that's going to the female businesses and SMEs, but also tech to help them take advantage of the digital world, so that our women get the support financially, but they're also opened to the advantages of e-commerce. President Mahama's government gives infrastructure and policy clarity. Entrepreneurs will give clarity, creativity, and discipline. Our development partners will give capital and global linkages, and industry will give scale and supply chains. And together, Ghana will gain from this transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, let us be clear. The global economy is not waiting for us. Artificial intelligence is changing how we work and produce. Automation is reshaping factories. Data rules decide who controls information. And when I came in, there was a conversation about data and data controllers is extremely important. I mean, everywhere we go today, I go to places, everybody's asking you to sign some sheet with your phone number. And I'm asking them, I want to see your data protection certification before I give you my phone number. Because the point is, today, your phone number is as good as your identity. And let me just segue here. We're going to do the SIM registration. I didn't say re-registration. I said SIM registration. Because this is the first time in our history as a country where we'll be doing a proper biometric registration. And I've heard people say, oh, but Sam George, you said we shouldn't register in the past. Go and listen to the videos of what I said. I didn't say, let's not register. I said, we should not register because the processes that were being undertaken at the time will not fix the problems that existed. I spoke about the need for us to have biometric verification in that registration. And so my opposition to the registration in 2021 to 2023 was the process that was being used. Because I said it was a waste of our time. And I've been justified because today as minister, we're having to go back through the entire process of registering SIMs again because we failed to simply do the right thing. Link the biometrics on the NIA database to the biometrics at the NCA holding the database. So what I said, I still stand by. That process was flawed because the right things were not done. We've taken our time. It's been over a year since I've been in office. I didn't rush to announce a SIM registration because we've taken our time to do a proper analysis of what was done in 2021 to 2023. We've looked at all the mistakes and flaws in the system. We've looked at how do we correct them and how do we make sure that people do not go through the trauma and challenges that they went through in trying to register in 2021 to 2023, where people were spending 3 days trying to get a Ghana card. Then you go to the telecom office and also spend a week. Today, if you have a smart device, when we roll out, based on the policy the regulator is bringing for this registration, if you have your own smart device, you'll be able to do your registration in the comfort of your own home and biometrically link it to the NIA database so you will not see the queues that are happening. And so for those who say, oh no, he's changing his position. No, 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 no. We're walking our talk. We're fixing the mess of the past. And I'm confident that with the skill sets available at the regulator today, and that's one key difference. In the past, the regulator gave policy advice to the policymaker. The policymaker didn't take it. Because the regulator, I know, as a member of the Select Committee on Communication at the time, had issues about the lack of verification biometrically. And we've looked at the NCA has shown me some of the evidence that they have uncovered, where you see SIM cards that have been registered. And forgive me that I'm taking a bit of your time to explain this. You see SIM cards that have been registered with Ghana cards. Meanwhile, when you look at the Ghana card, it's the same, and they registered the SIM cards just using the number. You look at the number on the two Ghana cards that were used to register different SIMs. The numbers are the same, but on one card is a man, on the other card is a woman. The names are different. So if you use just the Ghana card number to do the registration, and people have cloned the cards and created fake cards using the same number, you have a system that is holding data that is not authentic. And that's the reason why we cannot just say we'll pick what has been biometrically, whatever data set was there, and say, oh, we'll just move on it. If we do that, we'll be passing on a legacy of flawed data sets. That's why we have to start all afresh and make sure that everybody, once you have your own smartphone, can do your registration. If you don't have a smartphone, there's also a process that will be seamless to take you through. So we've thought through this, and we will execute this in a very humane manner that would allow everybody do their own registration in good time. The problems we had previously, when in 2021, you had only 8 centers in the country that were issuing Ghana cards. Only 8 centers. Today, you have 276. So, and at that time, you had 60% of the country having Ghana cards. Today, you have 94%. So you already have your Ghana card. And so we'll clean up the system because data is critical. Because if I get your phone number and I'm able to activate any other service using your phone number, I'm taking your digital identity. And it's extremely important that we protect the identity. So forgive me that I've spoken a bit about data and all of that, but it's extremely important that we clarify those situations. Here at Femitech, we're ensuring that women are not just at the margins of the transformation that we talk about. We're ensuring that they are the center of it. When women acquire digital capabilities, Ghana strengthens its economic resilience. And when women scale their enterprises, Ghana's exports expand. When women lead innovation, Ghana enhances its competitiveness. I hope the men don't beat me when I'm leaving the room because I keep... The men are not here. Under our team Give to Gain, we also speak to coordination. Agriculture must connect with technology. Technology must connect with trade, and trade must connect with finance. And finance must connect with young enterprises. And so fragmentation weakens us, but coordination strengthens us. And so, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, President Mahama's administration believes in coordinated progress. We measure success by results, not by slogans. How many MSMEs are competing digitally? How many women-led businesses are growing beyond our borders? How many export revenue rises? How much export revenue is rising through technology? And how many new jobs have we created? These are the matrices by which we measure our success under President Mahama. To every young woman in tech today, and to those aspiring to come into tech today, you are not just attending a conference. You are shaping Ghana's digital future. Your code, your platform, your solution, and your enterprises are national assets. Give your innovation, and Ghana will gain prosperity. Give your teamwork, and Ghana will grow. Show courage, and Ghana will lead. Nations that act boldly thrive in the intelligence age, and Ghana will stay ahead by the leadership of President Mahama. Through the ministry, GI case, Femitech 2026, and President Mahama's leadership, of course, we will design, we will build, we will scale, and we will lead. Let us commit today to give boldly, to act diligently, to lead with resolve, because together we will ensure that Ghana gains abundantly. Once again, a belated happy International Women's Day to all of you, and thank you for your time.